Today, LPL at a high level has a two-pronged strategy for growth: vertical integration and horizontal expansion. Here's Mark with a breakdown of what both of those things mean.
Our concept of horizontal expansion goes back to how do we horizontally expand to better serve more of the wealth market. You can think of that as going back to that initial addressable market of about $4 trillion and figuring out how do we expand that out to the 32 trillion where we are today. The way we've done that is by providing unprecedented flexibility in how advisors can tap into our capabilities and solutions with new affiliation models, expanded services that allows them to be able to leverage all that LPL has to offer to be able to build their perfect practice in a way that makes most sense for where they are in their journey.
Wonderful. And so then that's the horizontal expansion strategy. What is the vertical expansion strategy?
So when we think, Meg, about vertical integration, that's the concept of how do we leverage the unique positioning of LPL, where we are a clearing firm, a custodian, a broker dealer, an RIA, a technology provider, a services provider, et cetera, to be able to provide more value to our clients in a really interesting and integrated fashion, where they have one partner that they can come to be able to rely upon. They get the efficiencies from a cost standpoint of us being able to integrate that together and leverage our consistent operations behind the scenes to deliver upon that. They get the efficiency within their own business of being able to not have to worry about managing all different vendor relationships, et cetera. And that ends up being in a spot where we can then better serve them because we understand their business well and we can show up in a really interesting way, leveraging that integrated solution.
In essence, by owning each point of service an advisor might need, they are able to serve advisors with businesses across many different entry points and life cycles. This two-pronged approach is supported by LPL's entrepreneurial culture. They move fast, pivot strategy, and always seek feedback. Here's an area again on what stood out to her as she turned her focus toward innovating business solutions at LPL.
I really saw an opportunity for a firm like LPL to take that more entrepreneurial approach and offer a more advisor led model to wealth management, but one that also takes advantage of scale and growth to be able to help solve for their needs in a more personalized way. And so that was part of my driver of kind of coming to LPL. And a lot of what I spent my time on in strategy was around how we were going to build this differentiated model of the future for wealth management. And one of the big things we were talking about around then when I joined, which at the time was just this small experiment, we had these three services that we had just started to offer, this thing called business solutions. So the idea was, a lot of folks talk about helping advisors to deliver great advice. But especially in the independent model, they are also small business owners, right? They're also entrepreneurs that are managing small teams, that are running small businesses all across the country. And we could do more to help them to be an even better business leader. And specifically, our thought here is let's do more than just provide best practices or ideas or perspective. Let's also take things off of their plate. And I got really interested in this concept because it was so unique. No one else in the industry was doing this. And even if you think about, there's a lot of firms that focus on small businesses, but they don't always have the expertise around wealth management. There's a lot of things that are unique about operating a wealth business, right? That we feel that we have a better position to solve for those needs. And so, within 12 to 18 months, I moved into a role where I was working more with services and with our business solutions. And in that time, we went from 3 services to 14 services today. We're going to have 20 by the end of the year. So it's been a big area of investment for the firm because we see such an opportunity to help our clients grow through services. And then more recently, I've taken on an even broader role, running all of our specialized offerings that drive our clients' success across business and wealth solutions. And the way to think about it is I now lead all of our services to deliver great advice and run a thriving business. And it's been a pretty cool journey over the past few years to just be able to create businesses and offerings from scratch, to be innovative, listening to and learning from our clients, and being able to build something pretty cool and differentiated in the marketplace.